Oh, okay. Oh, I'm live. All right. We're off to the races. I didn't even turn on my monitor to watch my daughter. The battery ran out, and I think that is probably record time to start a stream. My goodness. It's good. Okay. We're off to the races there. Hello and welcome. Good morning, everybody that fell asleep wondering if I was going to start this. Certainly it is quite a bit later than usual, but it was, about a few minutes from the start of making the thumbnail to setting it all up, which is pretty fantastic indeed that I can just make it on the fly. And the thumbnail, of course, is probably one of the best ones. It might be the best thumbnail that I've made in my hundreds of excuse me, I'm drinking sparkling water. Yeah, possibly the best thumbnail that I made in hundreds of streams. My goodness. Fantastic. Is the mic working? Oh, okay, the mic's working. I was a little bit worried just because I switched up the look of the audio mixer just to check the levels of everything. Everything's all good? Hello? Yeah. All right. Hopefully I don't wake my daughter up. It certainly took me quite a bit to get her to sleep. However, tonight is featuring Jaxis, the Troublemaker. I've always wanted to do this ever since Streets of New Capenna, and it's kind of going back to Kruga, the Macro Sage. When it enters, we draw cards, equal to the number of non-land permanents with a mana value 3 or greater. So Jaxis can draw us a card if we play Jaxis with the Blitz there, and Marauding Raptor can reduce Jaxis's cost with Blitz to a single red, which is absolutely stunning. So for one red, Blitz, and then for another red, we tap Jaxis because she has haste. Boom. We make a token. That's a copy of another creature we control. Of course, that could be Topiary Stomper. The copy gets us to the 7th land. We also get to attack with the Topiary Stomper because of haste potentially from Regisaur. And then it dies and we draw a card. So Jaxis, Blitz. If you cast this spell for its Blitz cost, it gains haste. When it dies, draw a card. Boom. Lovely. Jaxis' ability, discard a card, make a token. But when that thing dies, draw a card. So we effectively, hopefully, for the most part, we spend 2 or 3 to make a copy of any creature at sorcery speed. And then we have to discard a card, but we draw 2 cards, which certainly seems quite fantastic. If, I keep getting flooded, might as well not play those lands, use Jaxis. That's going to do the trick. If I copy Regisaur Alpha, of course, the token, the copy that enters, boom, it has haste. The token that the copy makes sticks around because it doesn't have that ability, which is also quite lovely. But just make a duplicate of Carnage, a duplicate of Tyrranax Rex, draw a decent bit, and that's about where it's at tonight. Very exciting stuff indeed. Marauding Raptor, Huntmaster, and Thunderherd Migration still in there. But really, I want to go all in on this. Again, I've never tried it. Similar to how I had never really tried for Kruga the Macro Sage, which I still think is quite fantastic, especially in a dinosaur shell. It does the trick. Mana base wise, nothing too crazy again. 7 forests and a single mountain. Sideboard, basically the same as last night. Back to natures to wreck. You know who, 5-color enigmatic incarnation. Rampaging Raptor if I want to be a little bit more aggressive. Tranquil Frillback, now that would be a really good thing to copy with Jaxis. I must say, having the enter the battlefield effect. You play this, you destroy an enchantment, exile a graveyard, you make a copy of it later on. It's kind of like Jaxis is another 4 Tranquil Frillbacks or another 4 Tyrranax Rexes. It's usually you're never going to be copying another 4, but it's like a 5th Shifting, a 5th Topiary Stomper, a 5th Carnage, or a 6, whatever. And that's going to be very painful indeed. Another shifting might be all we need. Jaxis for 2 red. You get another shifting. You draw 2 cards, you discard 1, but chances are there's going to be something that you want to discard, of course. And, you know, you might have Huntmaster. You've played Marauding Raptor. A couple turns later, you draw Huntmaster, which dies to the 2 damage ping from Marauding. So, Huntmaster alone right there could be a pretty fantastic target to discard. Oftentimes it is just sitting in hand, but not that often, I must say. If you play Marauding first, it might die, and you still get to safely play Huntmaster anyways. That specific scenario doesn't happen too much. Then Domri and Chandra still, like last night, a little bit of interaction, ramp, and increase in power. Oh boy. Let's hope this pops off. I'll get right into the action. I'm excited. Whew. No, not Kruger. We're not doing that. Hopefully taking down Azorius Control like I did last night. That was absolutely fantastic. Check it out if you guys haven't already. Man, that was taking them down 2-0. Not even dropping a game is beautiful. Nur-sighted elf. I wonder if this is elf tribal. At least we are playing first with a fantastic opening hand there of Huntmaster and Thunderherd Migration. Yeah, I'm liking the looks of that. We'll be doing plenty of things. Vampires. Oh, okay, so maybe like Rakdos Midrange. It is nice to see Jaxis, though, I must say. This is going to be fantastic. Of course, I would, you know, assume there's going to be Fatal Push on Huntmaster. Not a big benefit. I do have my second source of red with Karplusan Force, so I want to play it safe with the green sources. But it would be nice to go Jaxis, copying Topiary Stomper. Next turn, I'm going to go Huntmaster plus Topiary, which is quite lovely indeed. Probably like, darn, this person paid 2 and got a basic land. That's pretty good, which is definitely true. Can't do anything to Huntmaster until I get the benefit of casting Topiary Stomper. To only have a chance to respond after I do this. And by then it might be too late. Maybe they take out Topiary, which we're not at 7 lands yet. We will be next turn with Jaxis, making a copy of the other one, being able to attack with the one that was already out, plus the token, because it naturally gains haste, which is lovely stuff. Oh, this is going to be good. I have plenty of land, so certainly it seems quite reasonable to just discard one. I'm going to get one anyways with Topiary's ability. Alright, here goes nothing. It's blitz time. Oh, hold up. Almost messed me up there using both my sources of red, and then I wouldn't have been able to spend the one, discard. Yeah, don't want to do that. So I discard this, get another land, play Galta for 2, attack with the Topiaries, and boom, draw 2 cards. How good is that? A pretty decent start, I must say. Fine by me. I mean, we're getting quite a bit flooded. There's a good chance we'll get Carnage, Tyrant, or Tyrranax Rex at some point here, I would hope. But that was pretty sweet. Did the trick. Got between a rock and a hard place, facing down Galta. I love it. Yeah. I'll take it. Just in case, excuse me, maybe they would have something that deals 2 damage. Stomp from another Bone Crusher Giant, which would have taken out Topiary Stomper there. Speaking of stomping stuff. Okay. Well, certainly Shieldred. Oh, the flood is real. Again, I only have 22 lands, but At least we do a ton of damage to them. Sheoldred has to block. Hopefully they don't have another copy in hand, but you would expect to see Carnage or Tyrranax Rex. We're already past a quarter of the way through the deck, which is pretty insane stuff. Yeah, wow. We'll get there. Oh, they got another one. Tyrranax Rex, where you... Oh, okay, well, that's pretty good. I'll take it. It's a thing, at least. Question becomes, maybe they have another fatal put. Oh, we're taking out Sheoldred once again. Oh, maybe they have a third copy. That would just make me cry. Oh, man, I'm nuts. Tyrranax Rex, where you at? Okay, good, good. They don't have another copy. So I've taken down 2 Sheoldreds. Beautiful, beautiful stuff indeed. Not so beautiful having another land, unfortunately. I'll keep the mountain that I have in hand, just in case I get another Jaxis that I want to use. But you can see how quick I got the basic land. So it's kind of like I have more than 8 things that want to grab a basic. If I'm making copies of the Topiary Stompers and I see other copies of them, it really could add up to not having any basic lands to grab, which would feel pretty bad indeed. But yeah, sometimes you just get flooded and there's nothing you can do. Almost a third of the way through the deck. Wow. Well, we're not quite dead yet, but we're basically dead. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Make a copy of Den of the Bugbear, have it enter tapped. Beautiful stuff. Tyrranax Rex would finish him off quite nicely indeed. Let's see it, let's see it. T-Rex. Well, Marauding Raptor is not going to be it. Very incredibly unlucky to not see a Tyrranax or a Carnage Tyrant or another shifting. Well, nothing you can do. But definitely, that was a pretty good positive, I must say. However, Tranquil Throwback, take out Fable of the Mirror Breaker, exile their graveyard so I don't have to worry about Kroxa. That is going to be nice. Trim shifting, I kind of like the haste. The fact that shifting Ceratops is 5 power and can threaten Sheoldred. I think we still have a very good chance. Galta, well, trim that. Trim 1 Jaxis, 1 Carnage Tyrant. I was thinking of just trimming 2 Carnage Tyrants just to maintain all 4 copies of Jaxis and do the thing I was wanting to do tonight. Oh yeah, I like the looks of that. A little bit risky, of course, with the Huntmaster and 2 lands. But I think there's a good chance we'll still get to a 3rd land for Topiary. Of course, if Huntmaster lives, that would be ideal. Being able to go Topiary. Even if I don't get a 3rd land. Usually it doesn't happen, but maybe we'll be staring down a Thoughtseize here. Oh, well, that is good. So we get the Topiary Stomper no matter what happens. It wasn't a turn 1 black source, so Huntmaster was at least safe for a little bit. Although I expect it's going down. Oh, okay. Oof. Oh, man, we're getting to Carnage Tyrant range. If they still don't take out Huntmaster, that is a crazy turn of events. I'll take a chip with it because I expect it's going to go down this turn. My goodness, this never happens against Rakdos Midrange, I must say. But either way, we get Regisaur Alpha next turn. What? Still living. Okay, okay. Carnage Tyrant it is. Bing, bang, boom, get the job done. And they're probably not going to recover from this. That's how you do it. That's what happens if you don't do the thing to Huntmaster. Fatal Push, Stomp, go for the throat. Probably important to take out Huntmaster with go for the throat or anything because bad stuff happens. Hey, Pterosaurus, that's all good. Over 100,000 damage Oof. Man, fantastic. That's pretty big. I've never been hit for over that much. Yeah. Scary stuff indeed. Well, it is even scarier for this Rakdos opponent with 2 Carnage Tyrants. They gotta block, that's for sure. Basically dead at this point. We're only at 18. Sheoldred is stopping one of these, that's for sure. Oh, I'm done for. Got him. Extinction event. Regisaur Alpha to finish him off. Misery Shadow will not do the trick. We'll get to 7 lands next turn. Attacking with Topiary plus Regisaur plus the token plus Carnage. And they are dead. 1 off. Marauding Raptor to seal the deal is even better. That does the trick, but yeah, 100,000 damage. I don't think I've ever been hit for that much, maybe a couple hundred. It was with the Devilish Valet from Streets of New Capenna, I'm pretty sure. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, or if creatures have entered the battlefield, it gets plus, you double its power, something like that. Very scary stuff indeed. I think I'll just keep it like that. Didn't even need Tranquil Frill back. Seems that if I can just, beat him down, maybe Tranquil Frill back isn't... Oh, excuse me. I'm going to be burping a lot tonight. Peach and honey sparkling water. But yeah, going back to Tranquil Frill back. Maybe I should just focus on a beating down plan, even though it does feel pretty good to get rid of Fable. Sometimes they don't have Croaks, or you just don't see a single Croaks at all. So the graveyard part's not really doing a whole lot. Gain 4 life could be okay. It's just lovely having a fantastic Swiss Army knife. It feels pretty good. And this feels extra good. Getting to T-Rex, I would imagine, pretty easily, especially with the Karplusan Forest there. Yeah, oh yeah. If we draw another land next turn and they don't go with Thoughtseize. Nuts. I jinxed myself. But I certainly got lucky the first or the second game when they didn't play it whatsoever. That was a nice change of pace, I must say. Very, very exciting stuff. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Maybe they want to stop Topiary Stomper's Stable Ramp, but I have 2 copies. Oh, gee, I wish I had more T-Rexes. Of course, hopefully I see it. Yeah, shifting Ceratop's pretty nice. Of course, let's get with the Topiary. Get to 6 green next turn. That will be lovely. Yeah. Hopefully I don't see Sheoldred, but man, I can't believe I beat so many copies. I'm just glad they didn't have a third one. Ooh. Oh, and Sheltered Thicket to boot. Well, I know exactly what I'm doing. We're getting to 7 right here. I don't exactly want to do that. Let me think. You know what? I am going to do that. I'll use up all available mana, go with a Topiary Stomper, and a Tranquil Frillback. Even though I'm not going to do anything with Tranquil Frillback, I don't have any extra mana to use its ability. I just want another body down, pretty much. If they use removal on the Frillback, that's alright by me. That should be pretty good. Getting to Topiary Stomper, both of them. But next turn, this one that's sitting in hand to take out Fable. Of course, it It's not so nice that they get to sculpt their hand this turn, possibly discarding 2 cards. Hopefully it's not 2 Oh, it was 2 lands. Oh, that's a little bit painful. It would have been nice to keep them flooded, I must say. Lose a Frillback or Shifting. We got both. Hopefully it's not another Thoughtseize. Good. Oh, discard a Shifting, get a Shifting. I'm just going to do it. Supercharge the Frillback. If I didn't do anything, I would be able to play Shifting Ceratops, but yeah, oh, that's... I want to take stuff out. Gain a bunch of life. Stabilize and keep up a nice aggressive plan. Topiary Stomper not leaving myself too open. At least we haven't seen Shieldred, and that certainly is the saving grace, I think. Just hit them. We got better bodies than they do. Another Shifting next turn is going to be lovely, or a Carnage Trout, or a Regisaur Alpha, plus the Shifting. If my math is right. Oh, that is certainly painful. Maybe they want to hit me for 3. Do it. Do it. Oh. Good game. There we go. Hasty Shifting Ceratops to finish them off. Bing, bang, boom. Exactly lethal. That is how you do it, folks. And that's a way to start a night. Beautiful. Yes, Pterosaurus. 100%. I'm glad you were here to witness that. Yeah, good game, absolutely. Boom. I forgot the boom. I hate that I forget the boom. Don't actually, but it's nice when I can press the little clip right at the perfect moment. Just Jaxis. I'll go over it for you. And anybody else that has joined since the start, nothing crazy, very straightforward. Didn't take too long on the intro because I wanted to get into the action, and that certainly was good action. My oh my. But I think this could be better than Karuga, especially copying that Topiary Stomper in the first game. So, Jaxis the Troublemaker from Streets of New Capenna. Pay red, tap, discard a card, maybe discarding a land if we're flooded, or a Thunderherd Migration if I don't need more lands, or a Huntmaster. Excuse me, if I have a Marauding Raptor out. A lot of things that wouldn't be doing a whole lot. I create a token that's a copy of another creature. Create a token that's a copy of Topiary. We get the enter the battlefield effect again. Search for a basic land. It might get us to 7. Boom. Get to attack with the one that just came out because of Jaxis' ability. That's what happens with it. And when that token dies, I draw a card. Love it. So I discard a card, but I get it back anyway, so I don't stay down a card. I at least need one extra thing in my hand to do the ability, but that's not too much of a problem usually. And then whenever Jaxis dies, if I use the Blitz ability, I draw a card as well, which is quite lovely indeed. For the Blitz, Jaxis could be reduced to just a red, because that's how it works with Marauding Raptor and cost reduction. So for 2 red, think of it like a 2 red sorcery, not a creature. Although, you know, being a creature, it could increase the total power to get Ghalta, which I actually did that first game. Topiary Stomper, Jaxis for the Blitz, plus the red, a total of 3. I didn't have Marauding Raptor out. I made another Topiary, so 2 Topiaries for 4 power, plus Jaxis for 2. I had enough green left over for Ghalta. I got lands, I got Ghalta, and oh, I think so. If I see another copy, well, chances are I used the Blitz on the first one, so I just keep doing it again, drawing a bunch with the Blitz, with the token when it dies. Yes, it's going to be nice indeed. Copy another Tyrranax Rex. Something like that. It's like Jaxis elevates the entire deck because I want to see multiples of all the stuff. And I'm not down when I copy the cards. Yeah. Sorcery speed, make a copy of a creature for the most part. Sorcery speed, draw a card for 2 or 3 total mana. And you make a token that's sacrificed. And when it's sacrificed, boo. Oh. Dr. Gazook's hopefully all is well. Troublemaking. Making trouble for Rakdos Midrange, which I just stomped pretty nicely the previous match. That was beautiful. This hand is not beautiful though. Not happening. That's quite a bit better, I must say. I'll send Tyrranax Rex to the bottom. The costliest thing. Play it safe, of course, especially if it is another Rakdos, although we're seeing Jaxis, so that could mean... well, who knows? Who knows nowadays? Yes, making that Trouble Joy 100%. Yeah, fantastic to have all you guys here, even though it is late, and hopefully you get some good sleep whenever it is you do sleep. I'm thinking this is Jund. Jund something. Black, green, and red. Probably. Oh, Golgari Sacrifice. So this is going to be a bit painful, I must say. Yikes. Play it safe with Topiary Stomper. I want to get to 4 mana for sure. Next turn with Regisaur. Just lock in the Regisaur potential, I hope. Hopefully Huntmaster sticks around. But this is going to be Golgari, Bolas's Citadel, Prosperous Innkeeper, playing stuff off the top of their libraries, sacrificing things. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Hopefully your shift has gone well. Hopefully this match goes well. Oh, that's too bad. Unfortunately, if I had another source of red, could have played Marauding plus Regisaur Alpha. Oh no, absolutely, Dr. Gazooks. And it's funny you should mention that. My wife said today that I should read children's books or just do a separate playlist where I read some stories as bedtime, fall asleep with Ben, bedtime with Ben, whatever. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I can do a full featured thing. Something like that. Oh, 100% another red would be good. But I still get to go marauding. Probably shifting Ceratops. Although it's going to be pretty painful. They'd have 2 1/1s to block shifting. I wouldn't really want to attack with it anyways. So get that second red here for Regisaur plus shifting next turn. Oh, never mind. I don't have a second red again. I don't usually like double mono red sources, so I did cut it. Don't really feel like attacking. They'll just sacrifice something in response with the Wolf Strider's ability. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Sacrifice that goat token. Yeah. Lullabies, whatever you want to call it. Sleep aid. Oh, I'm liking this though. The Regisaur plus the shifting that I was hoping for. Shifting, well, it doesn't have trample unfortunately. Grook's Uprising certainly would be lovely here. Marauding going to 8 power with trample would be the bane of a deck like this with a ton of little things. Absolutely. You know what, I'm just going to smack them with a ton of stuff. Force them to lose a bunch of bodies. Oh, Collected Company. Make them have it, yeah. We'll see. But just clear out some of the bodies. I'll lose a few things here. I got a shifting. Tyrranax Rex at some point. Would be nice indeed. could play Tyrranax Rex. I have 2 reduction. Cost 7. I've got 5 mana. Ready and waiting. Excuse me. Or Galta, of course. Galta would be the ultimate thing against this. A 12-12 trample. Lights out. Although the Zulaport Cutthroat is going to be pretty problematic. Whenever it or another creature they control dies, we lose a life and they gain a life. Rampaging Frostodon, of course, would be quite nice against this deck, but I don't have it in. I don't think. No. Okay, that certainly was nice. I took out a lot of stuff. I think it was worth it, I hope. It's pretty clear now. That's alright. Not as crazy. Oh, the thunder. Oh, beautiful stuff. A rainstorm. Anything like that. I like it as well. Ugh, the Rockfall Veil. Doesn't rock too much. Hopefully getting to 7 for the Topiaries. If I had Topiary Stompers online, it definitely would be feeling pretty darn good. Gonna get through a bunch of damage with shifting, of course, which is quite nice indeed. Keep their creatures down, keep up the aggression, and hopefully take out the Zulaport Cutthroat at some point. Hopefully they don't have another Collected Company or something too painful. Oh, the Lovestruck Beast is not going to be fun at all. Ouch. Flooded. Flooded once again, but we do turn on the Topiary Stompers, which is welcome. Guess I'll sit back and relax. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense attacking with the 2 Topiaries. They'd lose an Elvish Mystic. I'd lose a life with the Zulaport Cutthroat. Lovestruck Beast would have blocked 1. Woe is me. Facing down an even bigger Woe Strider, although it is 4 toughness with the 2 counters on it. Topiary Stomper able to trade with it if we're still alive, of course, but actually no, we're dead with its ability. Woe Strider will continually sack 4 creatures. We'll end up being chipped away for 4 life there. Nuts. It's not a very common deck at all. Of course, if it was super duper common, Flame Sweep would be very nasty indeed. Again, the Rampaging Frostodon, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, ping them for 1. Certainly they had a lot more creatures enter than I did. Where they're really looking at things. Mousing over the shifting in the Regisaur Alphas. Maybe they haven't faced dinos too much. Do I want to get Tranquil Frill back? Potentially. To get rid of Bolas's Citadel. Pay life instead of the mana cost of cards on the top of their library. They can't play lands, but you know, they have a lot of cheap things. Pay 2 life, but they gain a bit of life with the Prosperous Innkeeper. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, gain 1. And they get a couple out, it negates the life loss. In a lot of cases, their creatures are 1 or 2, so they just chain a bunch, sacrifice a whole lot with Bolas's Citadel ability, and we lose 2 life if we're not 10 life, not 2. I know, Dr. Gazooks, it is, has been quite some time. Do I want to keep Jaxis? It could be good, making more Topiaries and shiftings. Carnage Taunt. Regisaur. You know what, I'm going to leave Tranquil Frill back out. I don't think it's going to be as beneficial. They certainly won't get Bolas's Citadel early, I hope. Oh, it is joy. It is very scary. Oh. Rampaging Frostodon, I must say. I mean, it was so powerful during its time in Standard with Ixalan and Amonkhet. Rampaging Frostodon was banned eventually, which is pretty crazy, so maybe I should start using it on the regular again. Help out with an aggressive game plan menace, so it can sneak past and do some damage if they don't have a whole lot of creatures to block, of course. Oh man. Yeah. Maybe I'll start doing that. Rampaging Ferocidon a little bit more regularly than I have. However, shifting Ceratops is quite nice indeed. Certainly the Scavenging Ooze is not going to block, but the human definitely will. Maybe not. Guess they want to turn on that Lovestruck beast. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we're getting cheeky with the damage. Oof. 3 of the 4 Karplusan Forests so early. Shouldn't have sent Tyrranax Rex to the bottom, but again, you never know what you're going to get. I imagine Lovestruck might trade with Shifting. Well, we'll get through a bunch of damage. That's pretty good. See a Galta next turn. Give her haste. Actually, did I trim Galta? No, I don't think I did. I want to keep big things with Trample in. That's right. And the Lovestruck Beast can't attack, which, hey, that's worth it as well. And it's another Shifting to boot. Now the question becomes, for 3, yeah, I don't want to attack with Huntmaster. That's for sure. Use it to give the Shifting haste, and both Shiftings can get Trample. I think that is going to be pretty good for the aggression side of things. I still think Lovestruck is going to block one of the Shiftings. Because they are at 8. They probably want to do that. Only have 1 creature in a graveyard, so Scavenging Ooze still, well, would die. They'll gain a little bit of life, but at least the token does trade with it. And they go down a Lovestruck, and they go down to 4. Okay, back up to 6. Yes. Didn't even need it. Oh, Tyvar, Jubilant Brawler. Could be a little bit problematic. Hopefully they don't get anything too nasty from their graveyard. That's pretty good. That Scavenging Ooze is going to go to 4 power and trade quite nicely with the Shifting Ceratops. Oof, another Topiary Stomper. That's pretty good though. I'm at 6 lands. This Topiary getting me to 7. I love it. Doesn't have Trample, but still, definitely attacking with both. Yeah, they only have 2 green, so I know for a fact Scavenging Ooze, the most it can get is a 4/4 with 2 counters. Definitely. Just keep keeping them down. So close. Any creature at this point. T-Rex especially. I sent one to the bottom. Man, I should have kept it. Nuts. Yeah. Something big off the top. It could be... Oh, okay. We're dead. We're dead now, that's for sure. With Priest of Forgotten Gods. Tyvar, Jubilant Brawler. They can activate abilities at instant speed, sadly. That is what they did. Hopefully Topiary survives, but Tyrranax Rex, let's go. Oh, there's T-Rex. Is that for the win? I don't think it is. But I'll go all out. Lovestruck would have to block T-Rex. If the Reaver and the other thing blocked, they would die. I like it. Oh. Joey, yeah, pre-recorded, yes, but Joey, you are the good luck charm of tonight, I must say. Excuse me. Let's just get another Tyrranax. Man. I must say, with Thunderherd and Topiary Stomper, you guys can probably see often enough how easily I can get to it. Hopefully they don't get another Priest of Forgotten Gods. At least I'm only sacrificing Topiary Stomper here, and hopefully that guy sticks around. I don't think that's going to be the case. They'll have something up their sleeve. Some trick. Gotta be. But maybe Tyrranax Rex focusing on this and Carnage Tarnt is enough to just beat down, you know, aggressive decks, aggro, Aristocrats, little creatures. Just hit them hard with bodies that are pretty hard to deal with. Maybe that's a pretty good plan as well. Still a sweeper, of course. 2 damage to each creature or 3 damage is always a pretty good idea. Few copies. I do love 4, but you know, 3 copies of Flame Sweep, 3 copies of Brotherhood's End, which also would destroy artifacts with a mana value of 3 or less. Yeah. Lots to consider. No Priest of Forgotten Gods. Don't think it was. Phew. Okay, okay. I like it. I have to do something to T-Rex, though. Oh, that will be a thing. T-Rex, another one. You can do it. T-Rex. Oh boy. Well, that's not another T-Rex. And that will be it. Sadly. Yeah. Well, attack, even though Rockfall Veil is not going to help us. Hey, that's okay. You can see how often sometimes you still get flooded. Even with 22 lands, there's a few percent chance, 4 or 5% chance, I think. But it doesn't factor in, of course, the grabbing a land, shuffling it, that sort of thing. That's alright. All is well. I beat Rakdos Midrange to start tonight, and that is pretty good. Doesn't always happen, though. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to get redemption against something. Maybe, hopefully, it's going to be Azorius Control once again. Man, I should go back and rewatch that match from last night. Taking down a mythic Azorius player. Alright. Abu Gogo. Whatever that means. A little bit awkward with the lands, of course. I don't have a guaranteed 2 untapped with Castle Garenbreak needing a forest, Rockfall Veil needing to be the 3rd land to enter untapped. But I'm going to try it out, especially because there's Thunderherd and Topiary and Jaxis. Nuts. Certainly Castle Garenbreak. That's always going to enter tapped at the moment. Hey, alright, Dr. Gazooks, hopefully all is well. Yes, hopefully my games go well, but they're getting the turn 3 Fabled Passage off of Lotus Cobra, and this is 4-color elementals, Omnath. I've started to see this creeping up a little bit. At least I did see the next land, though. Certainly going to be Topiary. Yeah, I like it. If I get another land next turn, it does mean Galta. I have 5 Jaxis for 3 to copy Topiary, sitting at 10 total power, and yeah, that's going to be nice. Hopefully we survive. Of course, if, you know, it was a forest for the second turn, could have gone Thunderherd Migration, would have been a little bit ahead, a little bit faster. That certainly would have made all the difference, but they are going to be making a ton of mana right here, so it might not matter with the Lotus Cobra. Whenever land enters, they ramp. and with Nissa as well, so it's pretty powerful stuff. Going to be able to play anything they have at this point. Yeah. Plus Storm the Festival. That's also good. Probably game ending depending what they get. Oh, a Risen Reef and a Tangled Florahedron is not so bad. I like it. Nissa and Lotus Cobra. The new Nissa. For anybody that doesn't know, landfall. Whenever land enters, add 1 mana of any color. Similar to the Cobra. But if it's the second time it's resolved, they reveal cards from the top of their library until an elf or elemental card is revealed. They put that card into their hands. Pretty sweet, I must say. However, Jaxis for the Blitz. Actually, I guess I don't get to do Topiary Stomper. I'll copy Topiary. Another Thunderherd? Yeah, I could do another Thunderherd. Draw a bunch of cards. That's pretty good. Alright, and hopefully we're not dead this turn, but I imagine it's probably going to be the case. I'll wait and see a second. No, I'm not even going to bother with the 2 Lotus Cobras and Nissa. That's going to be on my radar. It's not the first time I faced that new updated version. Yeah. Well, that's right. But yes, you got to go. Hopefully you have a good night. Have a good sleep, Joey, and hopefully I get them. Domri, interaction. Chandra, interaction. Jaxis, gonna trim Jaxis because I want to kill their big costly stuff that is causing me pain. That's about it. Oh man, people have woken up to it. That's for sure. Good stuff, JDX. Hopefully the kid isn't causing you too much trouble, and hopefully this hand causes trouble to the opponent like I expect it will. Marauding and Thunderherd migration, beautiful stuff. Of course, Thunderherd or Marauding would be quite safe. I mean, they're probably not going to interact with it. Reveal it, get ahead with a land, and Marauding didn't or wouldn't have powered out anything I had at the moment. I think there is a very good chance we get to at least Carnage Tyrant here, though. Oh, wow, that is also quite beautiful. Exactly perfect what I would want. We should be getting Carnage Tyrant next turn, even if I don't draw another land. We've got Marauding Raptor, which I expect is probably going to survive, but a Tyrranax Rex really would do the trick. No complaints. Raising a kid. Pretty darn important. However, there's Fabled Passage coming down. Not Fabled Passage. Okay. That is welcome indeed. Oh, well, that is also quite fantastic. I gotta go with Marauding, plus Carnage Tyrant. Can't attack with it, but it survives 2 pings from Marauding. Supercharges the Marauding that is already out. Tyrranax Rex next turn. We're off to the races if they haven't barfed a whole lot. Hopefully that doesn't happen, though. I just cross my fingers they don't have a Fabled Passage. Nuts. Oh, we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. Yeah. Whatever makes you happy, as long as it doesn't hurt other people, I guess. As long as it's not a bad thing. But I guess bad sometimes can be subjective. Ugh. My goodness, that was a lot of card drum. Phew, oh, they didn't get a land. Tyrranax Rex is happening and we're gonna bash them. Bash them good. Yeah, just tap with that, bing bang boom, off to the races. That's got to do the trick right there. They're dead. 2 4-3s, a 7-6, and an 8-4 with trample. Lights out. Omnath has to block for sure. If that's just not enough to do it right there. Good stuff. It would be nice to take out Nissa and the Risen Reef. Oh. Down to 1. They're feeling pretty good. The anti-cry machine, hey, that is a very good thing to be, I must say. My son was crying quite a bit to date. Starting to crawl, just barely getting there. Can't quite crawl, so he gets very frustrated, screaming at the top of his lungs. It's pretty hard to endure, I must say. He's getting there. He's getting there. Got videos as well. Maybe I'll use it as some behind-the-scenes stuff. No. He'll probably walk before he crawls, which I guess he wouldn't crawl if he's already walking. Just wants to be everywhere. The jolly jumper is the best thing. If any of you guys don't have a jolly jumper and you have a young kid, a few months old, as long as they can hold up their head and they don't swing it back and forth, you get a jolly jumper. Every parent should be gifted a jolly jumper from the hospital to prepare for how nice it is. Gonna name him Donry, huh? Okay, good stuff, good stuff. When I get frustrated at Magic, well, it doesn't happen too often. But yeah, maybe I could make some soundboards. Pretend frustration or something like that. I was thinking of it even. Quite some time ago. However, excuse me, double Lotus Fields or Lotus Cobras. I don't want Lotus Field. Not so great. And just stomping ground. We get shifting next turn at least. Carnage trying to turn after that. However, it might be a little bit too slow. And I think I'm going to reconsider the addition of sweepers because this could be game-ending mana right here. They're going to make 6. Fable Passage, popping it, getting a basic, plus the basic itself that they grab. They'll have a total of 7 mana with the 1 Fable Passage. Oof. Scary, scary. Alrighty. Yes, may the odds be in my favor, even though they're going downhill pretty quick. Hopefully the opponent runs out of mana, although I don't expect that to happen. Nuts. Hellish Norn, I don't know. Well, we're definitely dead. We've only played 3 lands. There's no coming back from that, I think. No chance whatsoever. Yeah. You can't win them all, that's for sure. Yeah. That deck, that's the one I'm keeping my eye on. I definitely expect it's probably going to be more common than Angels, Celestia Angels. I haven't faced Celestia Angels since I did twice in one night, a few nights ago. My inspiration for Life Hate with Giant Cindermon rampaging Frostodon. I scared him away so bad that I just never face him whatsoever. This hand, of course, certainly a little bit rougher. Definitely nice to see all those lands, I must say. Would have been nice for something for 2 or 3, but it could get a lot worse. Hey, we got to turn 1 Thoughtseize. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I can just play Jaxis for a Blitz and draw a card that way. Might as well. no one in their right mind is going to block it. It's kind of like you cycle Jaxis for 2, and you deal 2 damage to the opponent. Whether Jaxis dies from the sacrifice or from a creature killing her, now you draw that card. It's getting flooded again, unfortunately. Castle Garenbreak next turn. Let's see it. Ooh, let's not see that. Yeah, at least its Topiary Stomper will be at 7 next turn. With the 7th land there. Karplusan Forest, and we'll have enough for Carnage Trench. Hopefully they don't get another blood token, though. It would be sad to lose Topiary without getting a chance to attack at least once. Good. They're starved in the land department, which is pretty nice indeed. Meet the requirement of Fatal Push. Not the end of the world. Oh, well. There's the Castle Garenbreak. That's okay. Hopefully they don't have Liliana of the Veil or something else like it. Okay, we scare away some of their aggression, although being on 8 probably doesn't bode well for us. Oh, T-Rex to boot. I like that. I like that indeed. Do enough things need to block for us to live? We've got a total of 15. One thing would have to block, but I'd still die. Graveyard Trespasser plus a Blood Tithe Harvester will be a total of 7 with Graveyard Trespasser's ability. Just hit him with T-Rex? Maybe. Just hit him with Carnage Trench? 2 things have to block to kill it. 3 things have to block to kill Tyrranax Rex. I like that instead. That would be alright if they wanted to block with all of them. Very good. So we have a total of 7 toughness. Do it. I'm okay with taking out 3 creatures. Nap time. Alright, alright. Hopefully it goes well. Oh, there we go. To boot, another one. Bites the dust. Will we die next turn to Den of the Bugbear? Actually, no, what am I thinking? The token has to block. Okay. Boom. And that is why I use Tyrranax Rex. 4 copies. Do it. That's the best. Hard to top it. But again, you know, got the job done with that. I think, of course, pseudo-cycling Jaxis for the 2, getting us a little bit closer to the T-Rex, made all the difference. Played a Topiary Stomper later on, which shuffled the library, but still, you know, we got 1 closer to everything, I think. That was pretty good. Rampage, no, Tranquil Throwback from Jaxis, even though that was pretty neat. Keeping in mind, hey, if you don't have anything to copy, just play it for 2, attack, you draw a card either way. Either you deal 2 damage to the opponent, or you may take out a creature, especially against Rakdos if they don't have anything super tough. If you have Domri Anarcho Bolus out, it would make Jaxis 3 power, trading with Trespasser or... oh, excuse me. Trespasser, Bone Crusher Giant, and all that stuff. Yeah, I like that. Ooh. Hopefully they don't do Thunderherd Migration. I imagine that's going to be the case since I don't have a source of red. It's got to be Thunderherd. Has to be. Oh. Well, okay. Well, I just get a source of red instead. Yeah, I would have done Thunderherd Migration. Although I guess they were pretty scared of the bodies. Huh. Well, I imagine somebody is going to go down. So Thunderherd Migration it is to play it nice and safe. Reveal something that's already revealed. So this is not a bad thing whatsoever. Of course, grab a mountain. We've got Stomping Ground and I might want to go Huntmaster plus Marauding next turn. Oh, never mind. I'm taking out Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Absolutely. Beautiful stuff. That's where it's at. I got a body, plus I destroy it. And they don't get to sculpt their hand. Hopefully they have 2 lands in hand. Oh boy, oh boy. That's alright by me. Shelter Thicket as well is quite fantastic, but we're going for the Huntmaster Marauding. I'll save the other throwback that I have till later to take out that Reckoner Bankbuster. Yeah, definitely. Oh, they're digging for some removal, I think. Something to kill someone. Kroxa. I think it definitely has to be shifting, especially because I want to get rid of the Bankbuster, and of course I want to exile Kroxa. What am I thinking about? Hopefully... Oh, phew. It's not a Thoughtseize. Oh, this is lovely stuff. For 2, I decimate everything they're all about. Oh, that is gross. Boom. Well, look at that. Look at that. For a few nights there, I was not using Tranquil Frillback. That's a good case for it. Whew. You want to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker to do a bunch of things. You get a Goblin token, you sculpt your hand, you make copies eventually. Nah, I'm going to play a thing that does multiple things. That specifically hates on everything they are doing. Wow. That's where it's at. Yeah. Kroxa, gone. Beautiful. Ooh. Ooh. I like it. Taking down Rakdos Midrange twice tonight. The most popular deck in Explorer, I think, in Pioneer, by a wide margin. That's the ultimate highlight. Maybe I don't need Jaxis, but just something that would allow me to see more bodies, something that can highlight Tyrranax Rex, seeing more copies of it, making it scarier, casting it sooner, seeing it sooner, whatever it is. I love it. Oof, actually, that could be lovely. With the Thunderherd Migration there. Ramping stably. Although it seems like the first mono green devotion of the night. However, Lair of the Hydra, maybe not too common. Gonna go with Marauding Raptor though. Certainly want to reduce Jaxis's blitz ability there. Wait until I have a bunch of mana. At least 2 left over to go with Galta. Oh, this could be scary as well. Question becomes, Jaxis to copy Marauding, attack with no, shifting Ceratops. Let's make another shifting next turn. That I want. Fortunately, they didn't play Wolfwillow Haven on turn 2. Or Kiora on turn 2, so we got a slim chance. Although definitely Cavalier of Thorns is a thorn in our side, being a 5/6. It's not over yet. Oh, look at that. They milled Ulamog. This could get problematic real quick. I think it's probably got to be Thunderherd Migration. Actually, Jaxis for 1 red. Yeah. And then that increases the total power and I get to Galta. Yes, please. That's how it's done. Attack with everything. I don't care who Cavalier of Thorns blocks. Probably going to be shifting, but I get 6 damage through to them. And I hope that's enough that maybe Galta will finish him off next turn. I still draw a card. That didn't make a whole lot of sense. And it's a Castle Cairnbreak, which is going to be very nice indeed. Hopefully they don't have another Ulamog. Probably storm the festival, I would think. Nissa also quite bad. Yikes. They do have to do some powerful stuff because they're already down to 7. Big Lair of the Hydra. Interesting. Not sure why they didn't untap Nykthos. Strange. Well, whatever they want to do. Alright. Ooh, I was hoping for T-Rex. However, I think Hasty Shifting Ceratops probably is going to do the trick with that other green. But yeah, Tyrranax Rex definitely would have done it. Maximum aggression. Go time. I'm not asking questions because if we didn't attack, we'd definitely be dead next turn, I think. Do the best, most explosive, painful thing possible. Yeah, we take out Lair of the Hydra. Well, yeah. No. It'll go to 4, which, yeah, we'd still take it out. That's okay by me. Still lethal. Oh, look at that. We're taking down Mono Green Devotion. Rakdos Midrange. I'm liking it. Jaxis, I think, really is playing a part. Even if we don't copy something. Boom. You saw for 1 red again. The cost reduction from Marauding. 1 red for a 2/3 haste. Draw a card. Not the best thing in the world, but in a pinch, it got Galta down. And that's what matters. Don't have a whole lot of specific things against Mono Green Devotion. The Akroan War, I hear, is pretty good. You steal a Cavalier of Thorns, and then later on you make all their creatures attack you. Maybe it leaves them a little bit open. However, they don't interact early. Excuse me. Man, I should drink less sparkling water. But yeah, they don't interact early, so there is usually a good chance to get Galta down. Do I like Rampaging Raptor to take out Planeswalkers? Possibly. But they have such big stuff that I might not want to do that. Chandra? Some removal? Maybe. I'm going to keep it as is. I got a good feeling about this. Oh, it's not nearly as fast as I would like, of course. And 3 lands, eventually getting to Topiary. Nothing for 2. I'll try 1 mulligan, especially seeing 2 Carnage Trance. This is pretty expensive. Oh, okay, I think that's definitely better. Seeing 2 of the only 2 Galtas. And a Topiary. This is nice. Huntmaster to start. Get that Topiary Stomper down. Potentially. But if I draw another land, so I see 3 by turn 2, Thunderherd Migration to be 4 lands on turn 2. You know what, I'm going to take the risk and hope I draw another land next turn to still be at 4. That'd be good. It would be a little bit better doing it this way. If it works out, a little riskier for sure. It still might just be Huntmaster. Well, would be Topiary Stomper. Okay, now we get to 4. We get a second source of red, just in case I see Jaxis. Use a red for the Blitz ability and then a red to copy something. So I certainly have to be mindful of that. Huntmaster and another Topiary? Yeah, I think so. Get another source of green, just so I can go marauding and a bunch of stuff. Possibly just Regisaur Alpha plus Galta would decimate them if they haven't gone a really big Storm the Festival. At least Nykthos doesn't tap for a whole lot of damage. Oh my goodness. Here it goes, folks. Dead. Done. Lights out. Race this. Boom. Portal to Phyrexia, I don't care. I sacrifice Topiaries and the Huntmaster. They have to sweep everything this turn. Oh, they just had a bunch of Kioras. Well, there you go. Man, this is the night of the meta killing. Maybe that's what I should name it. But tonight's name, Troublemaker, absolutely living up to it. Rakdos Midrange, twice. Mono Green Devotion, once. Annihilation. Don't do anything specific, just beat them down with the best stuff the best way you possibly can. But again, I'll be tweaking things considering maybe Jaxis, maybe not. Is there something kind of similar to what Jaxis does? Could something be a little bit better? Maybe in green, potentially, but for 2 red or for 1 in a red, or 2 red, or 3 in total, or 2 in total, to copy something and draw a bunch of cards. That does seem good. Maybe one day I'll actually play Jaxis just for the normal cost, and I don't see that usually ever happening. Probably always going to be the Blitz to draw a card when Jaxis goes down, and Hardened Scales. This is going to be a hard match. Tranquil Throwback coming in game 2 to take it out is going to be nice. However, again, I'm going to take the risk. Hope I draw that 4th land next turn. Huntmaster plus Topiary. Stick with that mountain though. Especially because I got Jaxis. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Absolutely. Paid off. Tyrranax Rex next turn. We're at 5 lands, including Castle Garenbrig. T-Rex reduced by 1 because of Huntmaster, as long as Huntmaster survives. And I think that could happen. Attack me for 4. Do it. You're going to be smacked for a whole lot more next turn. That was pretty cool. Hardened Scales, I'm going to sneeze. Hardened Scales, put 2 counters on it with the Scornblade Berserker's ability. Backup 1. Put a counter, it's doubled. Then when the whatever's Oathsworn deals damage. Okay, so we don't get T-Rex. Maybe we still do with the land. Okay. Yeah, just Regisaur Alpha. Possibly make a copy of Regisaur next turn. Hopefully it doesn't get too painful here, but man, we're still at 15. That's quite healthy. Get to chip away for 3 and hope they don't have another Fatal Push. Good. Good they don't. That is very nice. Yeah, Jaxis next turn. Make an extra Regisaur. Or just a T-Rex. We'll see. I can't block the Oathsworn there just because it does have Menace, unfortunately. Although I would like to... Topiary? Oh yeah, what am I thinking? Just reveal Topiary Stomper for 2 and then play it to get to 7. Attacking with both because of the haste from Regisaur Alpha. That is ideal. Yes, please. Maximum aggression it is. Boom. We still might not be dead next turn, even with the Oathsworn attacking, and chances are I can just double block with the Topiary Stompers. Interesting. Okay, so they got us. Not quite. If they can't take out Topiary Stomper, we'll go down to 1. Oh no, what am I thinking? Okay. That's Hardened Scales for you. I know what I'm doing. Tranquil Throwback, yes please. Still thinking, maybe Jaxis. Trim it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. That was close. My first time facing this new variation of Hardened Scales, with whatever, the Oathsworn Knight. They get to exactly 6 counters or 4 counters, searching for a card from their library, putting it into their hand, which is pretty fantastic. Painful for us. They're fortunate that they got by the skin of their teeth. They saw the nasty potential and now they're thinking they got to be on point. But I did see fail to push. I know they have some amount of removal, as I would expect with something that was in black. Someone that was in black. However, Tranquil Throwback, I'm going to take out Hardened Scales. I like... Ooh. That was close. I almost went Stomping Ground as the first land. Rockfall Vale would have entered tapped if it was the second land. You know what? I'm just going to go with Thunderherd Migration. Play it safe because I did see the fatal pushes. Just stick to ramping. Possibly draw a 4th land next turn. I can take out the Hardened Scales with the Throwback. Paying 1 extra green. It's not doing a whole lot for them. Not increasing a whole lot in power. Still, stick with Thunderherd. Stable ramp. Routing plus shifting next turn if I draw a 5th land. Hopefully it is Castle Garenbreak getting us to T-Rex at some point here. Vivian Arc Bow Ranger, that's going to be rough stuff. That's pretty nice, I must say. They put 2 counters on the Oathsworn. They'll get to exactly 4 next turn with Vivian's ability, sadly. You know what? Shifting to take out Vivian. I think that could be better. Maybe. Hopefully the Yara's Oathsworn doesn't get to 6, although if it connects I think they put 1 on, and they'll be exactly at 4, sadly. That's good. That is good, I must say. Search for a removal to get rid of shifting, I imagine. They've been pretty good, Heaven. Pretty good. I've taken down Rakdos Midrange twice and Mono Green Devotion, which is lovely, lovely stuff indeed. It's been a troublemaker for the classic, fantastic meta decks. Big time. Let me think. Well, certainly Marauding Raptor, 100%. Tranquil Throwback, gain a bunch of life. I like it. I'll hold back everybody just to maybe double block the Oathsworn there potentially. They don't have a whole lot in their graveyard. 4 life it is. I like it. Yes, definitely a braid. A braid is quite fantastic. It does the trick big time. However, that is a little bit problematic, I must say. Creature gets -13, -13. Not fun whatsoever. Ugh. Okay. Doing good things. And we're not coming back from that. Dang, a menace. That knight was a menace. Oh, some interesting, but fairly new players on the scene tonight with the updated version of 4-color elementals with the Lotus Cobra and the new Nissa. And then that deck. Hardened Scales, Araya's Oathsworn, however you pronounce it. Searching for a card from their library, putting it into hand when they get to exactly 4 counters on the knight there. Well, it's good night for us. Lights out for our chances. You're back. Oh, good stuff. Hopefully the run went fantastically. Mono-white humans. Very good chance to face them at least once a night. Hopefully they're not on the play, but that is how it is. Unfortunately. Definitely going to be a little bit too slow this hand. Well, try our best. Get a first source of red here and hope to get a second one next turn. Go Huntmaster plus Marauding and cross our fingers it doesn't get too explosive. Oh yes, definitely having at some point. Maybe tomorrow night. Yeah, you could see that. And we're not winning this one. Sometimes you just die. Not even close. Yeah, nothing much you can do. Tyrranax Rex though, I feel like trimming that. Carnage Tyrant as well. Bring the Rampaging Raptor. Domri. Chandra. Take it a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I could, we'll see about it for tomorrow night or some night this week. The next installment of King of Dinos, free to play. Ugh. Nuts. Well, that's infinitely better. Some lands is better than none. You know what? I'm going to keep Galta. I'll send one Huntmaster to the bottom. I have a pretty good feeling about this. Maybe they have brought in removal from their sideboard being game 2. But I think it could be quite nice. Go with Huntmaster and hopefully a hasty shifting Ceratops this turn coming up. Portable hole though. That would be painful. Ossification. Okay, well, Tranquil Throwback, of course, would have been nice. However, that is not in, sadly. Hasty shifting next turn will be at 5 lands. That could be alright. That's still pretty good. I guess in a sense it's nicer that they used Ossification on Huntmaster because I still get to go with some pretty impactful stuff. I'm going to make the 6 with Castle Garenbrick though. Just so I can give shifting haste and trample. Possibly take out both their things. I didn't think that was going to happen. Oh, yeah, I could see that. Domri, though. That is quite nice indeed. We get to take out Mina Harker. Good stuff. Actually, take out Coppercoat Vanguard. What am I thinking? I like that instead. Kind of forgot about the Mutavault there, unfortunately. Yeah. We take out the lands. We still do a decent bit of damage. And somebody's heading for Domri next turn. Yeah, I think that's a nice suggestion. A series with all the streams of free-to-play dinos, because it has been, well, it's now the 4th time, I think, with King of Dinos. I started this channel off with a free-to-play series. Hatch to Devour is what I was originally calling it. Certainly Flame Sweep in this particular moment would do the trick, I must say. Jaxis not doing a whole lot for us. Yeah. Pretty quick as mono white can be, but I also have brought the pain to them in the past quite nicely. Ripjaw Raptor, of course, lovely stuff. Maybe Ripjaw Raptor would be nice with Jaxis. Copy Ripjaw with her ability. If they block, we draw a card. If they kill it without it being sacrificed, we would draw 2 cards. One from it being dealt damage with the Enrage ability, and then just when it dies from, its ability of being copied. Only at 127. When did I start? Yeah, definitely some more time for sure. Hopefully keep the pain train going against Rakdos at least. I must say that's been nice. But maybe doing a more in-depth, a super budget version, an arena budget version, maybe no rares or anything, a dinosaur deck, just to help out the free-to-play people, although you do get some rares and mythic rares from the packs of a new account. It gets you some key cards, but definitely not a playset to start with usually. Oh, yeah. I'm liking this. Source of Red for Marauding. We got Thunderherd Migration if it's not safe to go Marauding on turn 2. Again, as it is, Marauding isn't going to power out any creature on turn 3, so it may still be that Thunderherd Migration. Weasel Spandex, though. Mulliganing a few times. What's going to happen? That's the question. Alrighty. Again, lovely Rockfall Vale. Don't have any turn 1 plays. Oh, Greasefang, Mulliganing for the combo. Okay. Still should be good as long as they don't get it and go off on turn 3. We might have a chance here. And of course we do have Tranquil Frillback to exile the graveyard. But sometimes they can fill the graveyard at instant speed. They see Tranquil Frillback enter and exile the graveyard, then they pop the Vessel of Nascency, I guess. You know what? I'm going to go with maybe Jaxis, just to draw a card. Yeah, let's do it. 1 red to cycle Jaxis and maybe do 2 damage to the opponent. If they use removal on Jaxis, that's fine. We still draw something. That's alright. 1 red, draw a card, 2 damage. Beautiful. And a Topiary Stomper as well is quite nice. Hopefully it's not Parhelion this turn. Phew, phew, okay. Okay, they got no big vehicles in the graveyard. We've got a good chance to see T-Rex next turn. Let's do it. No fatal push. Cross your fingers. Possibly Carnage Tyrant still. If I do draw a 5th land, I'll be able to go with Castle Ganbreak there. Unless it is Sheltered Thicket. The one copy of Sheltered Thicket would do me in. We're safe for a turn or 2. Oh, it's all scary. Take your pick. You're going to be feeling pain no matter what you do. What's it going to be? Probably the safest bet is Regisaur Alpha, because that's going to do the most damage to them next turn, guaranteed, if I don't draw a land. But if I do, it's Tyrranax Rex. What do they want to risk? That's the question. Playing it safe. Hopefully no fatal push on Marauding here with the other source of black. I can work with that. Shifting Ceratop's still able to give it haste, and well, they don't have fatal push. I don't think they have removal for something. I'll be crossing my fingers, but hitting them for 9 should be pretty good. Even if they get Parhelion, they're too far gone at this point. Especially if they can't take anybody out right now. Dead. We're at full health. Parhelion is not going to kill us. And they still didn't get it in. Good stuff. Oh, I love it. Frying the greasy rat. Beautiful. Probably smells pretty bad. I've said that before. But that's alright. It's worth it. Eventually. Not getting anything out this turn. Oh. Alright. Still, I am going to try Tranquil Frillback. Some graveyard hate. Maybe they get Parhelion in the graveyard and they're not cheating it out that turn. So we could get a sneaky exile of everything. Although Jaxis, again, 1 red, 2 damage, draw a card. That is pretty sweet. Yeah, Tranquil Frillback. I like it. For now, I'll possibly default to cutting Carnage Tyrant. I love the haste of Tyrranax Rex. There's tons of ramp. I might copy Topiary Stomper like I did before tonight to get a land, and there's probably a super duper increased chance to get enough to see Tyrranax Rex anyways. And I definitely want to keep trying out Tranquil Frillback against Greasefang. Crisp Branch. Oh, hey, I like that. Pterosaurus, that was good. Moving the P over. Crisp Rant. Gotta put the space in there. Crisp Rant. Crisp Rant. Pretty sad they lost to Dinos. Keep that. It might just be Jaxis on turn 2 for the Blitz. Damage draw card. We'll see. If I draw a second Jaxis, of course, that could be a lovely turn 2 play to do a thing. Not the best thing. However, Huntmaster would be pretty good. Vessel of Nascency is, well, that's going to be painful indeed. They might get Parhelion in the graveyard, and cheated it with Greasefang coming up. Yeah. We'll do this. There's a good chance Huntmaster still could have gone down, even though I think they're going to pop the vessel. Especially if they have Greasefang in hand or, well, everything. Another land. At the very least, Topiary Stomper next turn. No Parhelion. You can do it. Oh, okay. Is that it? Do they have another land? Oh, they're starved in the mana department. Folks, this... Oh, man. If I could have gone Tranquil Frillback. Should have gone Huntmaster. Yeah. Topiary Stomper it is, and hopefully they are still starved. If they are, and we hit them with the Frillback. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Grizzly Salvage is going to get them that land, unfortunately, so... Nuts. We almost had the window to exile the artifact. That's okay. We're not coming back from that. Certainly. I'm still keeping in the Frillback. Maybe I'll take a chance. If they have the vessel down and they have 2 untapped, I'll default to they're probably going to pop it to do some stuff. But they still might not do the turn 3 vehicle, which would allow for Frillback here, although this hand is not exactly what I want to see. Nothing for 2, and certainly a lot of costly things. Ugh. Worse. Okay, that's what it's got to be, unfortunately. Hopefully something not costly coming up. Something for 2. There's something for 2. Might not matter a whole lot, but we are on the play, so we got a chance. See that Frillback next turn. See if they'll pop the Vessel of Nascency. Oh. Or they just have Parhelion in their hand. They do. The rat returns this turn. Oh yeah, 100% a braid would be fantastic. A catch-all. You destroy an artifact with indomitable creativity if they're targeting a treasure. It's, yeah. Or you just hit Greasefang. Now, I'm going to keep something in mind for this. Although I haven't faced Greasefang in probably a week, I want to say. Oh, they're still stumbling. This is good. Let's see that Frillback and make them feel the pain. Beautiful. Oh boy, where's that Frillback? Searching for a source of black with Traverse the Elvenwald so they can actually play Greasefang. Double Greasefang, that is odd. Frillback. Frillback. Ooh, that's not a Tranquil Frillback. We're not dead yet. They got a source of black, 100%. Man, that's unfortunate. That will do the trick. Yeah, a braid. Some very nice catch-all with a braid definitely is that. Shutting down a lot of things. Yeah. What time are we at? Well, we're at midnight. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there for tonight. That was pretty good overall, I must say. Brought the pain to a lot of stuff. Actually, before we go, I'll open up the pack. Rare wild card. That's not a rare wild card. Not something I'll be using anytime soon. But yeah, that was good. Very good overall. Maybe a little bit of a sweeper to help against those tiny aggressive stuff. Maybe something for Greasefang. But I still think Tranquil Frillback could be enough to exile the graveyard, and then the other times we'll just win because they don't assemble all the pieces. Maybe that's a good enough plan. But again, a Braid as a lovely catch-all. 3 damage to a creature or destroy an artifact is very nice indeed. Alright, Pterosaurus, Heaven, JDX, Dr. Gazooks if you're watching. Tomorrow morning, Joey. Cut. Anybody else watching right now, later on, whenever it is. That was good. I loved it as always, and I loved bringing the pain to some of the common stuff tonight. I certainly made a lot of trouble, and I think there definitely is very nice potential with Jaxis, even though I wasn't often copying things, I must say. For the most part, I was just playing Jaxis to draw a card and do a bit of damage, so there certainly could be something much better than that, if that's the most common thing. Yeah. Worth a shot, yes. Thanks for the good time, Pterosaurus, and watching, and hopefully the runs keep going well. Peace.